All right, it's the post Black Friday, the 2nd of December. That's what it is today. It's the 2nd of December, and you're listening to CSHR Radio, and you're also watching the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. And, well, you're listening to it too, or whatever. Yeah, yeah, that thing. Well, anywho, here we are. We're live. Good afternoon, Mr. Harshmed, Mr. Scott Jr. Glad y'all could make it. How's everyone tonight?
Hello, hello, Scott. Why are you so camera shy?
It's because I'm lazy and I don't feel like walking out to my truck to get my laptop bag to get my camera out of it.
You're at home in your desktop with your like $100,000 worth of equipment.
Well, I mean, some of that equipment is still portable, and I still use it everywhere. So,
Who
Don't-
knows Samoans are so worried about vanity? I don't
That's-
get it.
Jesus Christ, it's not worried about vanity at all. I mean, Jesus, look at my profile picture. If I was worried about vanity,
I'm just saying, you're not on camera. Maybe you're like having a bad hair day or something.
it's me. Every day is a bad hair day. I have a probably 1.5 foot long mohawk. Of course, it's a bad hair day.
Where's Scott Jr. to go? Get the hell out of here, boy. Get the hell out of here, boy.
He's there.
That's
No, Kristen, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go get my camera just for the
Go
simple.
get your camera.
No, I'm not going to get my
You're
camera. No,
setting such a
it's
bad example. You're setting such a terrible
that
example.
would mean I would have to walk all the way across the house, go outside to the truck. No, I'm not.
You know all this. You know about being prompt and punctuality, okay, and professionalism.
How is it not? At least I have a picture up there and not just my, a blank screen. Jesus.
Well, not as weird as not as much of a weirdo, as much of a weirdo as you are, Scott. You're not nearly as much of a weirdo as Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, according to our first headline, expects Neuralink to test brain chip implants in human patients in 6 months, according to Euronews.com. Elon Musk expects a coin-sized wireless brain chip developed by his company Neuralink to start human clinical trials in 6 months, after the company missed earlier timelines set by the billionaire CEO. Neuralink is developing brain chip interfaces it says could enable disabled patients to move and communicate again, and Musk claims it will also target restoring vision. Based in the San Francisco Bay Area and Austin, Texas, Neuralink has in recent years been conducting tests on animals as it seeks approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA) to begin clinical trials.
That is freaking
Elon
phenomenal.
says we want to be extremely careful and certain that it will work before putting a device into a human. Musk said during a much-awaited public update on the device Wednesday, "This is progress at first, particularly as it applies to humans. We'll see perhaps agonizingly slow, but we are doing all of the things to bring it to scale in parallel," he added. So in theory, progress should be exponential. The first two human applications targeted by the Neuralink device will be in restoring vision and enabling movement of muscles in people who cannot do so, Musk said. Even if someone has never had vision ever, like they were born blind, we believe we can restore vision. Yeah. Should I read the whole article?
Yikes.
I mean, I'll read it. I mean, even though we know where this is going, I'm still going to read it. Grand ambitions running behind schedule. The event was originally planned for October 31st, but Musk postponed it just a few days before without giving a reason. Neuralink's last public presentation more than a year ago involved a monkey with a brain chip that played the computer game Pong. Musk also runs electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla, rockets firm SpaceX, and social media platform Twitter, who is known for lofty goals such as colonizing Mars and saving humanity. His ambitions for Neuralink, which he launched in 2016, are of the same grand scale. He wants to develop a chip that would allow the brain to control complex electronic devices and eventually allow people with paralysis to regain motor function and treat brain diseases such as Parkinson's, dementia, and Alzheimer's. He also talks about melding the brain with artificial intelligence. Neuralink, however, is running behind schedule. Musk said in a 2019 presentation that he was aiming to receive regulatory approval by the end of 2020. He then said at a conference in late 2021 that he hoped to start human trials this year. Neuralink has repeatedly missed internal deadlines and gained FDA approval to start human trials. Current and former employees have said. Rival company Synchron has already moved forward with human trials of a brain interface designed to allow people with paralysis to wirelessly control digital devices through thought. The neural implant in its testing doesn't require open brain surgery. Instead, it is threaded through a small slit in the neck up through the jugular vein and pushed into the brain. Synchron crossed a major milestone in July by implanting this device in a patient in the United States for the first time. Has already completed studies in 4 people in Australia. Musk approached Synchron earlier about a potential investment after he expressed frustration to Neuralink employees about their slow progress. Reuters reported in August. Yeah, I think that music's very fitting, except aliens are more natural. I think each extraterrestrial organisms are more natural bound than this shit. You might need something from Blade Runner or from Terminator or something.
Terminator.
So in other words, no, Scott Ryan, this will not make you taller. So don't bother trying to get an implant. And he claims it's going to help people with Alzheimer's and brain damage and all this sorts of stuff to work together. But I really don't know. I really don't know if it's going to be good or not. This sounds like a fucking sci-fi movie.
You said Terminator music, so
Yeah, this might be it.
that should
Imagine
be
like,
it right there.
I mean, could you imagine like this becoming so fucked up that a brain chip that's implanted like an elderly person's brain, just to help them communicate and function and regain their memory. All of a sudden, they become like senile Terminator. Fuck. I don't know. What do you think about this, Scott? Because what do you think about all this?
I mean, I guess in theory it's pretty cool or something. Hey, Kristen, how are you? You got to turn your mic on, babe.
Link. She's on the panel as we speak.
You have to turn your microphone on. And if you do that, make sure your radio's turned down so we don't get a weird feedback thing going.
Prince Rambone Fathel says, why am I never invited? I bring so much to the table.
Well, I mean,
I blame Scott on that one. I don't know why Scott doesn't send you the link. You both are related.
I can if you want it. I don't care.
But yeah, Kristen, what do you have to say about all this? 'Cause I know Scott's disappointed. I won't make him grow taller, and I know Scott Senior is just
shut up.
He's just a matter of
shut up.
He'll still be at 5'8".
Shut up, Bobby. Shut up. God damn
Shut
it.
up.
Shut up, goddammit.
God damn it, shut up.
God damn it. All right.
I think, like I said, I think this is a sci-fi movie. This sounds like a bad sci-fi movie.
A bad sci-fi movie. A B movie at that. Not even Chappie level.
This is some like tinfoil hatter bullshit come to life.
Not even Chappie level awesomeness.
Right. We're going to plant a chip in people's brains and they're going to be happy because they can see and walk again. And then next thing you know, you got Stevie Wonder trying to kill people with his like laser. Congratulations, everybody. Fuck it all. But everyone's worried about Bill Gates and all that shit. Bill Gates and the vaccines and all that while everyone's kissing Elon's ass because he's showing a bunch of liberals.
Man, I don't even care about that. I've been sitting there watching the shit on Twitter and laughing my ass off. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's been utterly just freaking hilarious to watch. Hi, Jill. You ought to hop on.
I just can't believe. I just can't believe that. I just can't believe this is fucking real life.
What's so hard to believe?
If you come on and get your microphone fixed, you can just say all the things you're saying in the chat.
No, that's what she said. She's got to fix it in her settings.
I know, but the bottom line is, it's just what the. Can we come up? I think we need some new conspiracy theories.
Some new ones?
Yeah, this is like that meme where, oh man, I need to come up with conspiracy theories because all mine are coming true. This is a fucking meme in real life. I mean, my God, everyone was so worried about vaccinations because of, well, Bill Gates is going to try to microchip everybody. And then
Well,
you got fucking Elon Musk doing the same shit.
well, who even cares about Elon? Everybody knew that was going to happen. It's not like it was a secret. You know, I mean,
Well, I
he'd been
mean, just
planning to
because
buy
it was,
Twitter for like months. Shit, you
I'm not
know?
even talking about buying Twitter. It's like the fact that everyone thought, man, he's going after pussy hatters and these stupid ass liberals. He's awesome. He's trolling these Democrat pieces of school. And then it's like, lo and behold, he's basically South African, the pro apartheid version of Bill Gates.
Yeah, he
It's like,
didn't care. I mean, he's having fun. I mean, you know, that $44 billion was just a drop in the bucket for him. He doesn't give a shit.
right. No, like, I get all that. My whole thing is like, people need to quit worshiping Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
he's
what I'm
not to
saying.
be worshipped. I'm just saying, I actually kind of admire him because he's like, hey, look, you know, I'm going to buy an entire social media platform and drive everybody insane. I
Well, I
think that
mean,
was
if
just
you're
utterly
not,
hilarious.
I'll tell you what, Scott, when you're going through like Alzheimer's in about 5 years, you can
In
sign up
5 years?
for
What
Neuralink.
the hell? I'll be 48. Shut up.
Yeah, you can sign up for his Neuralink program then and have it chipped in your brain, and then if Junior ever wants to have 2010 vision, he can get it too.
That is just absolutely horrible. See, and you know what's going to be bad is that I'm not going to lose my cognitive abilities, and when you hit 80, I'm still going to be around. You know, because I'm just an ornery old bastard that won't die. I'm kind of like a weed,
Right. I know.
and
But even if
I'm gonna put you in a nursing home.
we're not that close.
We will be, because I'll move up to Chicago just to do that.
What?
Be like, yeah,
When did I
he's been my
become?
business
When did I
partner for the
become
last.
roofied into like? When did I become roofied into like a gay relationship
See,
with Scott?
no,
What the
no, no,
fuck?
no, not like that. It'll be like he's been my business partner and close friend for the last 50 years, and you know,
Outside of power of attorney, you what the fuck is?
well, I mean, you'll probably be out of it by then anyway, so it doesn't matter. You won't know what
I'm
the
gonna
hell
be
you're
dead
doing.
before I sign power of attorney to anybody. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm just letting you know, like, I'm probably gonna be killed by one of Elon's like,
Neuralink
Terminator
programs.
troops before that happens.
Stop acting like Joe.
I'm not making bad music, you fucking leprechaun.
Jesus.
I'm actually
Alright, you
good.
jolly green giant. Leave me alone.
Great giant. Oh, God. He's gonna have Scott Junior's getting the chip. Who are we kidding? If he's already
Yeah.
colorblind at 19, you got to put the chip in him. He's got to be micro.
It's not my fault. You're already brown enough like my fucking
I mean,
shit.
Blue and brown doesn't equal green, you blind midget.
well, it depends on what kind of motion of the boat. Oh wait, no, that's seasickness. Never mind.
I don't know. They all look the same, green and brown.
Green. Wait. How does green and brown look? Are you colorblind?
I think he's colorblind. I really think so.
He's like green, brown. They're the same. Wait, no, they're not.
Poor Junior, he's gonna sign up for Elon Musk's program Neuralink. The chip in his brain, just like, well, see now, son. Here's them some green and brown.
You can't live off the land.
Well, I mean, if you don't start being able to differentiate green and brown, you won't be able to live off the land either.
So does
I've been
I got a
living off
question.
the land.
Hey, so Scott, does that mean this guy and I have the same skin color?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was asking Junior. All right, so does this mean this guy and I have the same skin color then?
Who does that look like, Scott Ryan? That looks like somebody we know. I just can't place it. Doug.
All right, so we've learned that
Doug.
Scott Sonnier doesn't plan on dying. And Scott Senior's camera shy, and Scott Junior is colorblind.
I'm not being camera shy. I'm being lazy. Okay, there's a difference.
That's what they all say.
That doesn't mean I'm being shy. I'm just being
Pick
lazy.
on somebody your own size, you fucker.
Well, Harsh is like freakishly tall anyway, so
You're right. I'll pick on someone with 20/20 vision.
Harsh is like 6'8" or some weird shit.
My brother's like 6'8". I'm like 6'2". Most. But anyway, the point being that Scott's
giant Indians.
What can I say? Someone skipped a gene, and someone skipped a generation. Someone took advantage of a generation.
And somebody apparently was eating high in fiber curry. Somebody's dietary structure was just a hell of a lot better than somebody else's in that town. I can promise you.
I don't know what it is. The only thing I know is that Scott Jr. is apparently colorblind.
Yeah, I'm starting to think so too. If you can't tell the difference between green and brown,
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like the mask. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is. Colorblind fuck.
The mask.
It looks like the mask. It's not my fault. I can't tell the difference between brown and green.
Oh man.
Well, at least y'all got the same nose.
The what? The mask and Harsh?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's scary.
Chrissy, are you with us now?
No, she still has her mic muted. Yeah. Hang on just a second, y'all.
All right. So Elon Musk wants to microchip old people, the brains of old people, and Scott Jr. is colorblind. That's what we've discovered today.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea that they ship people, no matter what they're saying the reason is.
Sorry about that, guys. I had a dog malfunction. It seemed as the dog has been repaired, so it's all good now. So what happened? And I mean, the whole Neuralink thing. I mean, how is it actually supposed to work? I mean,
So
is it like something that they can link to and like upload shit, or is it just something that they put in there and it works, or
some along those lines? So basically, his logic is you put a microchip in someone's brain, out through through the jugular vein and some other parts, and you make sure that it's connected properly to like the limbic system and all that other shit, to where they're able to regain motor function.
okay? Well, I mean, if it's something that just goes in there and then they can't, or they don't have access to it, then who cares?
Right, but the problem is, it's going to have
like upgrades.
Right, you know how it's going to work. It's not going to be like, oh, we plant a chip in his spine. It's going to be like the artificial heart.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
So they kind of do it like a dog collar where they can per se stop you from whatever. Is
Pretty
that
much.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, like I said, this is like Terminator, 5.0 or some shit. You're going to have like grandma who has like Alzheimer's and can't move her lower limbs and has muscular issues. They put a microchip in her brain, and next thing you know, she's now tormenting people like Scott Jr.
So basically, as well as treat them like a dog. It seems like. Like you
Well,
do them dogs with the
I,
thin fence.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. You want to know my real stance? Now that I really think about it, you know what? Let them all have it, and I hope they do it to as many people as possible, so I can just watch them all go like fucking retarded at one point. You know, that would be brilliant. I would love
I,
that.
I
Oh my
don't
God.
know. You
But
say that now. You say that now. You
No,
say that now.
I would like literally pay money to see someone like hack their
that's the
systems
stuff.
and like have them doing like flash mobs and shit. That would be like just great. I
Again,
would,
you say that thinking like that. But when it actually hits the fan, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
no,
People
I'm
keep
probably
trying
still
to
not
blow
going
my
to
shit
care.
up. What the fuck?
I'm probably still not going to care. In all
You know,
honesty,
to be fair, that might happen. Scott Jr. might do that to you in about 25 years. What a kidding.
in 25 years, I'll probably need something like that.
Oh, Jesus.
I won't be functional anyway, so it won't matter.
Then he'd be using a wheelchair.
Yeah, and his idea of like ramps is going to be stairs. Here, Dad, you're in a wheelchair now. Go down this flight of stairs.
No, I just
Holy
tell you to try to
fuck.
climb them.
My beautiful lady just brought me a cup of coffee. She is so awesome.
Like I said, this is some sci-fi movie should come to life. It really is.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's bound
I
to
agree with
happen,
you.
though. I mean, the advancement of technology, it's just, this is almost normal. You know, stuff like that is bound to happen. You know,
I
technology
don't
is going
want
to
to
grow.
die.
It definitely seems like different things you're seeing in movies is definitely coming true for sure.
Well, I mean, it's just the nature of technological evolution. You know, things get smaller. You know, better understandings are made of different parts of the human anatomy, and they figured out ways to integrate technology with that and how to make them work more, functional and all that other fun stuff. I mean, it's just the evolution of technology, really and truthfully.
This is in the comments.
Get the hell out of here, boy. I just now saw that. Hart Honer, welcome to the show, sir.
Right. So, Hart, what do you think about Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, being planning on being able to microchip people Scott's age and older in the net?
Why? Wait, hold on. When did this become about me? That's not fair.
Trying to think of someone who's much older.
Really, really.
Anyway, what do you think about anyway, Hart? What do you think about Elon Musk's company Neuralink trying to microchip senior citizens so they can walk again and have muscular functions and all that crap?
I wonder why it's senior citizens.
I don't know. So, Hart, what do you think of that?
We shouldn't be messing around with that sort of stuff anyways. Like it's just
Yeah, they really shouldn't.
no.
Not even to fix Scott Jr.'s color blindness.
I think, like I said, I really don't see a problem with it. Screw it. Let them have it.
Scott, you sound like your son's gonna microchip.
If they
No, I
choose
mean,
it,
yeah.
but it really shouldn't be offered, or
Yeah, it just sounds like a bad idea in so many ways.
Are you literally that hard up for entertainment? Like, my God.
I mean, it depends. If it comes with Bluetooth connectivity, I might be interested in it. You know.
Imagine if you miss your payment by 3 days, and all of a sudden you can't see again.
I almost spit my coffee, you jackass.
Like, imagine you have that implant on your brain and you like miss the monthly payment, and the next thing you know, you're paralyzed again.
Like an Amazon subscription.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
We're sorry, we were unable to charge your card this month for your Site 2.0 chip.
I'm just saying, you're gonna have a bunch of elderly people becoming Terminator. I would not be surprised. You're gonna have a bunch of elderly people becoming like.
What's the real side effect, though? I mean, and like, okay, say if they figure out a way to make cellular regeneration a thing and all this other shit, then what? Would we just become immortal? We can't do that.
No, because at some point the soul's gonna want to leave the human body anyway. But
Well, if that's the case, I died 10 years ago.
Right.
Or about 20, actually.
perhaps
Not 20 years ago.
the neural. All right, to read the company, the neural implant. Its testing doesn't require open brain surgery because you're fucking with brain surgery, so anything's possible. But even with Synchron's work, it says instead it's threaded through a small slit in the neck, up through the jugular vein, and pushed into the brain. So you're talking about a possible stroke or a heart attack too.
No, so it might have some potential fun side effects.
Right.
Yeah,
Also,
becoming a complete comatose. You know?
that's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
Right.
Hopefully, every one of them goes wrong. Such a positive outlook.
And that's just like, oh, it's to fix this, and it's never really, hey, do
Well, I mean,
things throughout your life to live nice and healthy, so you don't require, and that's what a bunch of these things do, is just to offer and to an excuse to eat horrible stuff that they shouldn't be eating.
Okay,
You know?
okay, but wait. What is the difference between something like that and like cochlear implants? Something they've been doing for years.
Well,
You know,
one,
where they-
cochlear implants aren't a brain stem, aren't affecting your
I
brain.
get that. I get that. But if it's something that's not, something that they can't like physically link into, and all it does is rewire the system that controls motor function.
Yeah, but you
what's the
talk about
harm in that?
there's never seen like someone having fake implants and so trying to rewire someone's limbic system.
Well, no, I mean, well, yeah.
I mean, like I
But
said,
just imagine what the aftermarket Chinese market is going to be like when that gets into full swing. Oh my God, that's going to be so fun watching people buy like fake chips online on eBay and inject them at home. They have like these home injection kits, and they inject these fake chips.
I will say one thing, Hart. I can think of a few live streamers from Calgary who might be who might be happy to inject themselves with that since they already take like 50 supplements a day.
I mean,
Right.
they would have like a category on Wish, for
Right.
like, and they would only do like one thing, like if your left eyebrow is down a little too low, try this chip.
Like I said, I could think of some like I said, Hart and I can think of some live streamers from Calgary who are like dancing on live streams that always take like 30 supplements a day, and they would definitely sign up for something like that, right, Hart?
Mhm.
I bet you his entire house smells like urine, eating all those supplements. You know how strong that shit is? You could probably smell that like 2 miles away from his house.
That would explain a lot. That's why he's always looking like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fumes from the ammonia in the urine.
I know.
I bet his entire neighborhood smells like a freaking asparagus processing facility. 30 supplements a day. Jesus Christ. I bet you his
Yeah.
urine's not even yellow. It's probably
No,
like
right.
dark orange.
Yeah, dude, Hart and I know of a live streamer who takes that many supplements a day, and it's just like so disturbing.
That's like so dangerous.
I
Jesus.
know.
What's that stupid show? Well, fuck, I forgot the show. Oh yeah, they said on there it was like they broke that down. All you're doing is making expensive pee because your body has no time to absorb any of it. You know, it's not being absorbed. It's just making expensive pee.
Yeah,
Expensive pee.
yeah too bad someone's too bad someone's saying that to certain live streamers in Calgary.
Jesus. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start like overeating supplements. You know, I'm not like I'm big enough already. I want to be able to like lift houses and now, huh?
You only live once, right?
Yeah, YOLO, whatever.
We live every day. We only die once.
That's right. You only die once.
Yeah.
Well, some people come back and that's not.
Well, I mean, with Elon Musk,
Majority of time.
well, with Elon
Well, I
Musk,
mean, look,
just
Keith
immediately
Richards. Keith Richards was what, the first male of the species on Earth, and he's still around. So you can't tell me he hadn't reincarnated at least 3 times.
Well, I mean, with Elon's new technology, you might die once and then have a chip implanted, and then you live again. Like, who knows? They start dancing like that one old guy in the Six Flags commercial.
God, that commercial was absolutely horrible. You know, and all these kids would come out of the house all excited and shit. I'm sorry, if some little weird old man that was small, that looked like a weird dressed gnome, showed up at my house and jumped out of a fucking bus and started dancing in the middle of the street, yeah, no. He'd probably get shot.
I would get the hell away from me.
You would what?
I would be like, devil, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, this little gnome-looking guy.
Like some Austin Powers type stuff right there. What drugs are they on?
No idea. So the lady that previously on the news decided to accuse our President Joe Biden of sexual assault is going to now ask the new GOP-led House to look into the allegations.
Another accusation, or was it the same one?
The same one. The same one.
Yeah, you might as well. You know, if Republicans can make up a reason to impeach Trump in January 2020, then you might as well just return the favor. Turnabout's fair play, isn't it? Just make up reasons to impeach the sitting president when you have control of the House.
Well, I mean, that's what the Democrats do.
Right. Like, the whole thing's a farce anyway. So, there you go.
I mean, it really doesn't even matter now at this point. It's.
See, if he was an actual target, they'd all be coming out the woodworks like who's that Bill Cosby there, and there'd just be so much can have allegations against that one. Come on.
Right. No, that is true.
No,
because he isn't. Oh, he's allowed to be there.
Right. Although I will say with Cosby, some of them were fake, some of them were true. But but I will also say with Cosby, he was more of a sacrificial lamb because they all were doing it, especially in Hollywood in those days. There you go. But more importantly, All right, to go, Chris. But more importantly, the whole thing's a farce. And two, if we want to move on to bigger issues, the only celebrities I could think of that are going to be wrongfully framed with pedophilia are going to be ones that are going to be in the next topic, the next headline we talk about.
Hmm.
And I'll give you a hint. It is about a musical genius who is a complete nutcase.
And who would that be? I mean, there's only like 40 million of those. Who was it? Who is it, Harsh? The suspense is killing me. I must know these things.
Did he go away?
All right, I'll give you a hint. This man was on Alex Jones. Was being interviewed by Alex Jones today.
Oh, God, and I saw a meme about it, and I don't remember who it was. Fuck. Tell me. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of headlines, Kanye West was on Alex Jones. Was on Alex Infowars tonight, being interviewed by Alex Jones with his buddy.
Did you seriously call that man a musical genius?
I mean, he's a terrible person, but he was one. I mean, there's a reason Jay-Z has so much money. Like, you think Jay-Z was making any of those beats before him? No. Anyways.
Who even cares?
Well,
it's Kanye West. Who gives a shit?
Well, a lot of people give a shit because...
Fucking cancel his ass. Be done with it.
I mean, I will say one thing. I mean, I don't know which article I'm going to read from this because there's so many.
Kristen is laughing so hard at us right now; it's not even funny.
Right. I will say, according to Vox, I don't like Vox either, but there's so many of these I don't really care. Kanye West, at the end of the Wig Nudge anti-Semitism, what Kanye West told us. You're not an Alex Jones. Thursday afternoon, rapper Kanye West appeared on Conspiracy Theorist Alex Jones. To discuss the fake conspiracy theories. Alex Jones is Charlotte, dude. Former theories about.
But doesn't Vosh?
I don't even want to say about the JEWS. Jones is no stranger to peddling anti-Semitic tropes in the interview. This is according to Vox, not my opinion. He expressed belief in a nefarious JEWISH mafia. But West went further than Jones likely imagined. But Jones said, "Well, you're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that." And then Kanye said, "Well, I see good things about Hitler. All these fake ass trying to ruin me. I see good things about Hitler." So I'm kind of mixed on I'm kind of mixed on this whole Kanye West saga. Okay. On one hand, he's a complete schmuck and an attention whore. But on the other hand, a lot of stuff is being brought to the open that people have been afraid of saying in the past. Like, you think about this conversation for a second. Like, if you really want to have an actual, real conversation about all this. Now, granted, Hart, I'm not an idiot. I know that it doesn't matter what race or ethnicity runs the world. There's only there's a small group of people that control the 13 families. So who gives a fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that. But what I will also say is that why is it that you're allowed to make fun of every single ethnicity but one? Mm-hmm. Every single religion but one. Every single but one.
You are
why is that the case?
The ones you can't talk up against.
Right. I can make jokes about Hart. I can make jokes about natives all day. Not even jokes. I can say the worst things about natives all day. Not that I will, because I'm not the type of guy. But I can say the worst things about French people all day. I can say the worst things about the Polynesians all day. I can say the worst things about whatever white
is mentally abusive, and he hurts my feelings daily.
Scott can say the worst things about Hindus all day
Okay, look, back under the bus for
and
like the
Indian
25th.
people all day. I can make fun. We could all make fun of Irish people all day, say the
Hi,
worst things about
Bianca.
God, whatever. But there's one group where you say anything bad about them, it's why is that the case? Why
Agreed.
is that the case?
Happy holidays.
Why is it every other group is like, oh, that's free, go after, but as far as that particular group, it's like, no, you're not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Well, it's by design.
I mean, you could say the grossest
The
things about
entire-
Muslims, and it doesn't even happen like
no,
this.
no. It's the entire thing now is to the point where it's been ingrained in people now at this point. You know, it's not something we're going to bounce back from. It's something
Right.
that's always going to be there, dude.
And you know what? I'm going to say one other thing about the documentary. Is this going to get us canceled? Fuck, I don't care. You know what's so weird? Scientifically speaking, everyone supposedly came from Africa, right?
According to the scientific stuff and all that shit, yes.
Everyone came from Africa. If they didn't come from Africa, they came from like fucking whatever is Mongolia or old India or whatever. Right? Why would it be so? Why would it be so fucking surprising to think that maybe, just maybe, every Western religion came from melanated people? Like, why would that be such a fucking shock?
It shouldn't be a shock because that's where it all originated anyway.
Right. And not to like stoke the flames even more, but light skinned people did not exist. Like, we're talking about scientifics now, on this planet until maybe a few thousand years ago.
Very true.
So I just don't get it.
I don't even. There's no point to it.
Go back
really
all the way in history. If you use the Bible just as a history book rather than a religious book, but if you choose to use it as a religious book, that's on you.
Right.
But even back then, I don't particularly think that Adam and Eve was white or Caucasian, however you want to word that. They were probably like,
Well, no,
I
mean
don't
they were from Middle Eastern descent, and they were from
exactly.
Israel. They wouldn't be white.
So, where did whites come in at?
It was
most of them came from like Scandinavian countries or Northern European countries. They didn't exist until
exactly, but they didn't start out
no.
like
I
other
mean,
descents did.
no, you can't use the Bible as a history book because I mean it's one of the most inaccurate histories in the world. I mean, it was written. The entire New Testament was written by committee, and I don't understand why people. That's documented history.
Right. Let's set the Bible aside for a second. Let's really get into this. Okay. Caucasian people do not even exist in what we know as modern day UK until 1000-something AD. All right. Like not even maybe 1,000 or 1,500 years ago, when the Anglo-Saxon tribes of Germany went up to the UK and took them over. So what are we talking about when it comes to this? Like, we are lied to so much about our history. It's retarded. It's fucking retarded. I just find it weird that, like I said, there's one group of people, I won't mention any names because, we're not going to do that. You say anything about them, it's, oh, you're an asshole. But you can say like the worst things about every other ethnicity, you don't even cares. It's crazy.
It's done by design. I mean, it was done as a division within the country. I mean, it's always been that way. It was done by design.
Right, but this ain't even country. This is worldwide.
It's done by design.
Right. if
The best way to control people is to keep them divided against each other.
right, no, that is true. That is very true, and we do live in a very divisive country. But the reason everyone's so divisive is we can't even have honest conversations.
You won't be able to ever, because it's always going to be a taboo subject. It's been ingrained for the last 150 years that way.
I mean,
If they keep divided, then it makes it easier to control the
That's
people because they're like, oh, they won't join together. They won't go up against us.
right. That's what I meant. Divided people is not going to overthrow a corrupt government or a bad
right.
government.
And I won't even get into like the past atrocities of like every other culture because that could be its own live stream.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's
Right.
there. It's there, and it's not going to change.
No, I know, but my point being is everyone wants to talk about the concept of what privilege is, about what it is to be white privilege or what privilege is. You know,
Well, I mean, and
if
everybody
your
has
people
different
get
backgrounds. I mean,
right,
I'm not broke by far, and that's all I'll say.
well, I'm
But
not talking about people like you. I'm talking about like the
well,
other.
I mean, but the thing is I was raised in a middle class family, and my parents did help me as much as they could, but I worked for everything I have.
Right, no, but I'm
You
not
know,
even getting into all that. I'm not getting into anything. What I'm getting into is this and its only.
well, there's no privilege. There's no
Right, but
privilege.
I'm not saying in that aspect. What I'm saying is, you want to know what actual privilege, white privilege is. Not even white privilege, because it's not even the same thing. Because I know white people are divided in like 20,000 different ways. Slavic, like we won't even get into like Eastern Europeans. They got fucked too, because I mean they're
There are
literally called
people like
Slav.
me who's like half white, half Samoan.
Well, I
Weird
mean
shit like
that's a
that.
whole different. No, I mean you're French, so I don't know. If you were like Slavic and if you were like half Slavic and half Samoan, I'd feel more. I'd understand.
I don't know. I'm kind of scary looking when I don't wear a hat, so
Well, that is
kind of look
true.
like a Russian mafia member or some weird shit.
I was going
Russian
to say like a
hitman.
troll and aardvark, but the point being is,
No, my nose is not big. How can I be a hard mark?
the point being is like, if people want to talk about like privileged cultures, Hart's people get genocided all over North America, and no one even gives a fuck outside of a bunch of virtue signaling stage actors for the last like 10 years.
Mhm.
Not my people, like my fellow Indian people get starved to death during, in East Bengal. 20 million people get starved to death by Churchill, and everyone just shrugs their fucking shoulders. No one even cares. They consider Churchill a fucking hero. The King Leopold of Belgium kills 10 million Africans. Again, no one gives a fuck. If it was Congo or some other African country, but he killed a bunch of Africans. Nobody cares. But meanwhile, heaven forbid,
Okay.
one ethnicity. I mean, even Stalin. Stalin killed how many fucking people? No one even gives a fuck.
I was about to bring that one up.
No one even cares. This guy genocided his own like advisors and his military. He kill him, so nobody cares. But you go a few hundred miles west, and we all have to treat it like it's the worst thing in human history. Yes, it was disgusting. Yes, it was bad. No, I don't fucking condemn any of that shit.
Condone. You do condemn it. You don't
No,
condone
I
it.
don't. No, I don't condone it. I do condemn it. It's terrible. It's horrific. Evil is evil, no matter what. I'll be the first to say that. That being said, it just seems like everything else gets ignored.
Yeah. And then, yeah, going by what Scott's saying, it's all by design that it is ignored, and then like not, yeah. As soon as
It's
the topic is
designed
brought up,
to keep people polarized.
Right.
It's designed to keep racial lines in check in order to keep people separate from each other. It was designed that way.
I mean, what it tells me is that some lives are worth more than others. That's what it comes off as.
These people were purposely kept down for generations after slavery. It was written. I mean, this is all done on purpose.
Right. Well,
You
it's all
know,
by design. This is what the elites all want to do.
they were kept down that way for all those generations on purpose. It's one of my most favorite things to tell people is that you can literally sit anyone down and explain to them anything you want to talk to them about.
Right.
Anyone. But when you put people in a group, people become stupid.
Yeah.
You know, one might pick up on one thing and the next person picks up on another thing and they both get hung up on it. And the next thing you know, you have a big conspiracy theory on your hands. You have all of this other crap going on.
Right.
People as a society are retarded.
They
There's
are.
no better way
They
of saying
definitely are.
it. And to sit here and think that this was not done intentionally to keep people against each other, so
Of course it is.
so they don't pay attention to what's going on around them, then you're just stupid.
Right. Like,
to go to the history thing, like you asked about history. There's a couple of good videos on YouTube that I think the title is where did Caucasians come from? Uh, um, it's a black lady who gives the presentation, and she goes through where Caucasians come from. It's pretty much around the Georgia area. But and then also too there who's Atlantean Gardens. That guy has a couple of videos about the Aryan races. That's quite interesting. They've been there's roots splattered all around the earth of kind of controllers too. They're rulers, the Aryans.
I don't know, man. I just that whole thing. It's just a. They will always use it as a diversion tactic or some type of way to keep people's attention off of what's actually going on around them.
Well, yeah, like it
Still
doesn't really point
the whole racial thing is just like the war in Ukraine with Russia. That is a show. I don't care what anybody says. You can't take an entire nation like Russia and go up a country that's smaller than Texas and not be able to defeat it in a year. I mean, come on.
yeah. I mean,
you know
what?
That is a show. That is done by design as well. And the people of Ukraine have to pay for it.
Right. That's like the whole war is horrific one way or the other. Because at the end of the day, the governments are winning in those countries. It's the people that are losing.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
Exactly. And now the U.S. is wanting to go over there to train the Ukrainian forces on how to use the weapons we're sending them.
Well, I mean,
okay,
the U.S.
you
has already
idiots.
meddled in their government for 8 years. Why not train the forces?
This dumbass is sitting in Washington going, we're not going to get directly involved. Let's go ahead and directly involve ourselves.
But they've already been directly involved in it for 8 years. What's another few months? They're the ones who overthrew a democratically elected leader for a right-wing fascist in 2014 in the first place. They're the ones who basically installed a fucking like neo-Nazi. The U.S. government installed a neo-Nazi deep state in the Ukraine in the first place. They're the ones who basically turned this, I don't know, their current prime minister from a pro-Putin, from a pro-Putin apologist to a fucking like puppet of the U.S. So I mean, shit, what else are they gonna do? They already got their hands in on it. They launder all their money through there.
I know, but it was just the whole. Well, we're not going to get directly involved, but now we're going to send
They've
people to
already
train
been
them to use.
directly involved.
But that's what I'm saying. And now you're going to sit there and publicly say you're going to send people over there to train them to use the weapons we sent them. That's
Like I
direct
said,
involvement.
Yeah, but direct involvement been happens. What I'm saying, it's like that's just them lying through their teeth. We're not going to get directly involved.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the back doors, under the table, backdoor dealings and stuff like that. I'm talking about this public spotlight.
I'm just saying, if they were getting involved at all, the Ukraine wouldn't be like the Ukraine wouldn't be having like a bunch of neo Nazis running their country.
Well, I mean, obviously, but
they'll be laundering money and having their fucking labs in there. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of, to me, what the U.S. saying, oh, we're going to go we got to go send the military. Oh, we got to go there to send military aid. It's no different than like someone getting caught, someone getting caught in like in a fucking like porn video, in a porn movie after they've been chastising how much they hate pornography. Like, that's just what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's not everything these evangelical like fucking politicians who hate like homosexuality and they get caught like masturbating in a fucking men's bathroom with like some weirdo.
That's wonderful.
That's what this is.
That's wonderful.
The same logic. That's what this reminds me of. It also I think Peter Elizabeth also had it on point when she posted on her page. It's like she doesn't condone, like, even though she didn't condone like what Kanye was doing or saying, she also said she was also saying something along the lines of, so people get upset about Kanye calling himself a Nazi, but they see no problem with people with supporting a Nazi government. It's like, this is, in a way, I'm kind of glad everything's happening the way it is, because this shows how hypocritical everyone is. It's like, I hate Nazis who come on Alex Jones video. But I like Nazis who support, I like the neo-Nazis in Ukraine. They're great people. Love them all. It's like, oh, fuck. I can't make this shit up.
What do you eat this week? I'll eat that. Okay.
This is retarded.
It always will be. They gotta have something to fit their narratives. Jeez, Harsh, give them a break.
God. God.
We're at the 1 hour mark.
It's like saying, you know what? I don't even. It's like people saying I hate like South Asians, but Troy's my favorite guy. It's like, dude, make up your mind, you fucking idiot.
Harsh has got to take the fun out of everything.
I just can't anymore. I don't even want to read any more news articles. This is how stupid this whole thing's become.
And this was this week's episode of the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality.
God. But on a second note, why do I feel like Kanye West is reminding me of Michael Jackson?
Well,
he's turning into a white woman that touches kids.
But
thought
No
Jackson was
response
clear
to
to
that.
I thought Jackson was clear to those charges.
Was he? Or you just
Yeah, I
paid the
remember he
parents off?
was. Yeah.
well, it doesn't clear him from being weird.
No, he was
I mean-
a weirdo. Well, Art, I don't know if you should be saying that because if you wore like mascara and makeup, you kind of could pull off Michael Jackson for next Halloween.
I would say Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, if he dyes his hair.
I'm going to start a church now.
Oh my God. All these Instagram hoes and little itty bitty titty shaking the asses. Why are you on Instagram, you pet? Why are you on Instagram, you pedophile? God, get off Instagram and TikTok. What are you doing looking up?
Who's on Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone we knew once we knew of.
Yeah.
Man, you don't understand all this hypersexuality going on.
Why is he paying attention to it?
I know, that's all I'm saying. I'm like, dude, you're on a website where the average age of a Facebook user is 46 years old. 42 or 46. What are you doing talking about children? Unless, like, you have some pedophilic
Why you
tendencies.
gotta keep calling out us old people? That's what I want to know. It's
Because
really
it's fun.
something that,
And Scott Jr.'s going to put you on a home and brain chip you in about, like, 25
wow,
years.
dude. Wow.
You know it's going to end that way.
He
Scott
will not,
Jr.
never
is going
have
to put you in a home
He'll
and
never
put
have
a brain
the
chip in your...
opportunity because I will put myself into a computer long before that can happen. Oh my God, Scott's computer became sentient. No, it's just me. I have resurrected. If we're gonna bring back, I want to see like science like advance to the point to where we can bring back like historical figures. Because I want to like write a petition to bring back Harry Carey. I think Harry Carey being back would be like phenomenally awesome.
Yeah, but you know he's going to die again the minute he's drunk dancing off the table.
We'll just bring it back again. It's fine.
That's how he does. Like, it might be, it could be.
I could have swore I smacked my head against the table last week in this damn ballroom, and here I am again. This is absolutely extraordinary.
Well, Stoney, what's that name spelled backwards? It sounds kind of Jewish. You know how to pronounce spell backwards? It's a Greenberg. How do I spell Greenberg backwards? It's
Baseball.
Greenberg spelled backwards as a Grubnerg.
My most favorite ones is you'd be sitting there and listening to the game here, and then the crowd would go nuts.
Yeah.
All right, and now we get ready to go to commercial. The crowd would go nuts, and then you would hear them go, all right, well, we're about to go to commercial break here now. It's like, dude, what the fuck just happened on the field, man? What did we just miss? What the fuck just happened?
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the leadoff man with my Jewish friend and 1980 Cy Young Award winner, Steve Stone.
Why, thank you there. This is Steve Stone. And,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now, here's well, this is wonderful, Steve. Let's go ahead and get to the lineup for today.
Harry, just because I have curly hair does not make me Jewish. Just because I won a 1980 Cy Young Award winner does not make me a Hall of Famer.
When I was told that when I was a kid that everybody with curly hair, unless it was blonde, was absolutely
well, Harry,
And then,
That's
you
not
know,
how
the
that
curly
works.
hair is Jewish, and I don't care what.
Yeah, you just missed an entire play on the field there. It's
Well, Stoney, that's what Ken O'Boyle told me in St. Louis. He told me that, well, there's a reason why he played in St. Louis, because he wasn't surrounded by Jewish people. So how would he know what a Jewish person?
he's
Oh,
got a
sorry.
television.
Well, he's got a television there, Steve, and that's why, you know, he sees the rabbis and they have the curly little locks in the front of their hair there.
We're getting canceled, aren't we? We're getting
Probably.
canceled.
I mean, probably. At this point, I'm just.
We're so, our pages are getting
This has not been a sponsored thing by Pelican Media, and regardless of what the fucking ticker says, thank you very much. This has been a PSA.
Oh my god.
It's my fucking radio station. We'll say whatever the fuck we want. If you want to try and cancel us, go for it. I don't care. I'm still going to broadcast.
No one pays me enough money to cancel me anyway. So
You're being canceled. Yeah, well, I was already canceled. Thank you.
no, you're outside of my paycheck, so I really don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, it's okay, Harsh, because back at the baseball diamond, we have the pitcher lined up in the
Go
pitcher.
West, young man. Joe West is on the mound for the Phillies today. Go West, young man. That's what David said to the Israelites and the Canaanites. That's what Moses said when they said to part the Red Sea.
That's right, and there's the line up in the pitch, and it is good right over left.
Left fielding over the belt. I mean, it can't be any worse than like some of the dumb shit we used to hear with Casey Kasem.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and this is the America's Top 40 Countdown. And now a letter from Ohio. And Kristen writes.
Could you imagine him now, like announcing for Justin Bieber? He's probably glad he's dead.
Well, he died the way he lived, so that's a double whammy.
How did he die the way he lived?
We're talking about Harry Carey, everybody.
Not Harry Carey. I'm talking about how do you get Casey Kasem and Harry Carey mixed up?
I don't know, they're both white people.
We're not going to get canceled at all, Harsh. Jesus Christ.
Casey Kasem, yeah, he was done.
I'm Casey Kasem, and this is the America's Top 40 Countdown. And now a song by Justin Bieber, and it gets my little granddaughter's.
I think he was actually working on Justin Bieber was still on the air.
Are you sure about that?
He might have been.
That guy's still a thing.
He's dead.
No, Bieber.
And finally,
Bieber, yeah, Bieber's still a thing. I thought, well, I mean, I would like to say he was dead, but he's not.
And finally, Casey Kasem is dead.
I thought that's what Hart was asking at first. You know, it was like, is he still a thing? He's dead. How can he be a thing?
I remember sometime, I don't know what that was, like, listening to the Sports 670, the sports talk radio station, and this guy, George Hoffman, would always struggle to do the updates. And then at the end of the show, he says, and finally, Bud Carson is dead. You can't make that up.
What's funny is whenever they get into a rhythm, and you hear this on the radio every once in a while, they get in a rhythm where they're reading a story. That's right, and at 12 o'clock this afternoon, the entire party was disbanded when a gunman walked in and fired 750 rounds into the crowd, and it was just a melee over there. And now, up next, here's Ed Sheeran. What the fuck? What kind of news update shit? You just told me like an entire area of the world was murdered. But here's Ed Sheeran singing about Shape of You now.
I remember that. One time it was I remember one time it was like I remember when we listened to the score 670 and this guy was like Skip Carey, bruh. Skip Carey makes that Skip Carey make that his son Skip died in his sleep last night.
That's
Died in
right,
his
you
sleep
heard it.
last night today. And somebody died and somebody's gay, and you're just like, what the hell is wrong with
Or you hear some kind of promo that's
Game over.
that's right. And Jim Carrey's son died today. And really, why would you start it like that? What?
Harry Carey's son died today.
Yeah,
Died in his sleep last night.
Probably because during the beginning of most shows and towards the end, most people aren't paying that much attention. It's usually the middle is what they get.
or they'll start it off with something like
Fatality.
it's horrible. All right, we're at the 1 hour and 17 mark, 17-minute mark. What are we doing?
Hey, I'm enjoying the entertainment.
Apparently, Hart can't handle reading any more articles, anyways.
You know what I have to say about the whole Elon Musk thing and the chips in the brain?
Cool story, bro.
Oh no, he's pulled up the soundboard. This cannot be good. What are we doing, Harsh? Tell me.
I think we're gonna wrap up because I need to delete some more live streams anyway in order to like keep it at the 200 level.
There we go. Perfect sound clip for that. All right, well, this has been another wonderful Friday. I'm trying to find my way around my board here, and here we are. Hey, there's the music. All right, cool. I figured it out. It's wonderful. This has been another Friday edition of the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. This is CSHR Radio, soon to be WCHR, located right near Walker, Louisiana, with the main tower being in Baton Rouge, of course, respectively. Broadcasting live right here, Elegant Media, copyright 2022. Harsh, take us out, please.
We thank you all for joining us on another edition of this CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. We thank Hart Honer, and we thank Chris, and we thank Kristen for joining as well, and we thank everyone's favorite little leprechaun, Scott Ryan Jr. And we thank Scott Sonnier for holding down the ones and twos and all the other graphics. This is Harsh Smith on all of you. But life is harsh for us to live. And remember, sometimes you have to color outside the lines. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of